Good morning. This is Akashvani Kohima. The morning news read by Jonas Yantan. The fifth session of the 14th Nagaland Legislative Assembly commences today. The two-day sitting will witness discussion on various matters of urgent public importance. These include the Nagaland Municipal Amendment Bill 2024, which will be introduced in the upcoming session. The disqualification on ground of defection in Urban Local Bodies Bill 2024 is also slated to be taken up by the Assembly. The Nagaland Work Charged and Casual Employees Regulation First Amendment Bill 2024 is also expected to be passed in its fifth session. The Global Open University Nagaland Second Amendment Bill 2024 and the Nagaland Goods and Services Tax Ninth Amendment Bill 2024 will also be introduced for consideration and passing during the ensuing fifth session. The Nagaland Road Safety Authority's Second Amendment Bill 2024 will also be introduced and taken up for consideration on Governor's recommendation. The monsoon session is also expected to witness discussion on a communitization policy vis-à-vis electricity. Centre has issued comprehensive guidelines for handling public grievances to make grievance redressal time-bound, accessible and meaningful. The Ministry of Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions said the guidelines for effective redressal of public grievances seek to empower citizens, streamline the process and bring greater clarity and focus to the redressal of public grievances. The citizens can register their grievances on www.bgportal.gov, which will operate as a single window experience. Central ministries and departments have to appoint nodal officers for public grievances who will address grievances promptly, fairly and efficiently. They have been asked to set up dedicated grievance cells with sufficient resources in knowing schemes and activities. The feedback on disposed grievances shall be sent to the citizens by SMS or email. The first meeting of the National Task Force formed by the Supreme Court to make recommendations for the safety, security and working conditions of medical professionals is scheduled to be held today. Sources said the meeting will be held in New Delhi. The meeting will be chaired by Cabinet Secretary, Government of India. The members of the task force include the Union Home Secretary, Chairperson of the National Medical Commission, Sergeant Vice Admiral R. Sarin, Director AIMS Dr. M. Srinivas, and former professor at the Department of Neurology AIMS Dr. Batma Srivastava. Earlier, a bench led by Chief Justice D.Y. Chandrachud, while hearing the case regarding the rape and murder of a doctor at the R.G. Kar Hospital, Kolkata, had set up the National Task Force to ensure the safety of medical professionals. Supreme Court had directed the task force to submit its interim report within 3 weeks and a final report within 2 months. Union Science and Technology Minister Dr. Jitendra Singh asserted that the new Bio-E3 policy rolled out by Prime Minister Narendra Modi will place India as a global leader in upcoming years. Addressing the new bioeconomic policy in New Delhi, Dr. Singh said the country's bioeconomy has experienced a remarkable growth from $10 billion in 2014 to $130 billion in 2024. He said that the new Bio-E3 policy is designed to address global challenges such as climate change and depleting non-renewable resources. The Union Minister added that the policy is also expected to encourage the development of bio-based products and expand job creation. And the second India-Singapore Ministerial Roundtable was held in Singapore yesterday. Both sides deliberated upon 6 pillars identified as under ISMR, which include digitalization, skill development, sustainability, healthcare and medicine, and advanced manufacturing and connectivity. Union Ministers Nirmala Sitharaman, Dr. S. Jaishankar, Ashwini Vaishnav and Piyush Goyal attended the meeting. The delegation from Singapore was led by Deputy Prime Minister of Singapore, Kan Kim Yong. During the meeting, the leaders emphasized on ways of further enhancing cooperation between India and Singapore in emerging and futuristic areas. The leaders also discussed plans for commemorating the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between the two countries, alongside regional and global cooperation, including ASEAN and G20 developments. They noted that the discussions during the first round of ISMR have resulted in the successful conclusion of MOUs on healthcare, education, skill development, digital cooperation, and semiconductor ecosystem cooperation. Earlier, the Indian ministers called on President of Singapore, Tharman Shanmugaratnam, and Prime Minister Lawrence Wong in Singapore. With that, we come to the end of the morning news. Have a nice day.